Imagine owning an island, only to find out the HOA built 50 cabins on it without your permission. Sounds impossible, right? Well, that's exactly what happened to me. And when they tried to take advantage, I decided to make them regret it. What did I do? I made them pay rent. And trust me, they didn't see that coming. Before I dive into the details, I want to know where you're watching from. Drop your city name in the comments below. Let's see just how far this story travels. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do. This story has a twist that will leave you stunned, and you don't want to miss it. It all started when I inherited a small island in the middle of nowhere. The place was serene, isolated, and the perfect escape. But one day, I discovered something that made my blood boil. The HOA, who had no business on my property, had built 50 cabins on my island without asking for my permission. I was furious. I immediately confronted them, expecting an apology. But instead, they acted like it was no big deal. They claimed they were improving the island for the community. They didn't even bother asking for my consent. Can you believe it? They just took over MY land and started using it like it was theirs. Well, I wasn't going to let that slide. At first, I thought about taking legal action, but I realized something. Why not make them pay for their actions in a way they'd never expect? So I started charging the HOA rent for each of the 50 cabins they built. I gave them a fair price, but trust me, they were not ready for this turn of events. They thought they could use my land without consequences? Not anymore. To my surprise, they tried to negotiate with me. They even offered to remove the cabins, but I wasn't interested in that. No, I had them right where I wanted them. They had already taken over the island, and now it was time for them to pay. I set a deadline for them to pay up, or they'd face even higher fees. The ball was in their court. As the deadline approached, I kept getting calls from the HOA, all trying to talk me out of it. But I stood firm. I wasn't going to let them get away with this. And guess what? They paid up. The HOA ended up sending me a substantial amount every month for the cabins they illegally built on my land. It was like a paycheck for doing absolutely nothing. Now, every month I get paid for what they did to me. It's almost poetic how the tables turned. But it's not just about the money, it's about standing up for your rights. The HOA learned that they couldn't just walk all over me or anyone else. They tried to take my land for free, and now they're paying rent. So, what would you have done? Would you have let them get away with it, or made them pay like I did? If you think this story was wild, trust me, you won't want to miss the next one. Hit that subscribe button